Alright folks, and welcome back for another episode of Magic Farm 2. I am doing some preparations, getting ready to go out and put the Ender Quarry in the world and get us all sorts of wonderful items. So to run this Ender Quarry, we're going to need to feed it some power, and we're going to need to get items out of it. Now in my little test, I just did a diamond chest next to it, which was overkill honestly. And I just ran it with one magmatic dynamo, but that didn't generate a whole lot of power. So what I want to do now is actually hook this guy up a little better. And we've already got two magmatic dynamos running here. I just added a couple of hardened energy conduits. Let me throw the third one on. And that's going to fill up with lava and fill its internal buffer, and then basically be completely useless right now until we get something that needs it. So let me just turn him off completely for the moment. He's at idle and he's about half power. So honestly, we're just burning lava for no reason here too. We can just turn him off too. So once we get the quarry going, we'll turn those guys on. But right now, everything's completely full and it's not really using any power. So I've been looking at this and I've been thinking about where can I put this, because we need to. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. What I want to do is take this Tesseract out of the corner and move it down here somewhere where it can get power, so we can send this power over to the other end on another Tesseract, and it can still output lava because that Tesseract is outputting lava from the nether, so we need that. And I was gonna go here, but the last thing it's got to do is send items, and if I send items down here, I'm gonna start running into that and this, and so yeah, I'm not gonna do that right here. Let's cover this back up. I think, and eventually we want the items to get up here into the AE system, but not directly. And I don't feel like there's quite enough room here, so I think what we're going to do is make a sub-basement here and put some processing down below this area. Alright, so I think I'll put the Tesseract right here, and then I'll route the items over here out the back of it on a I can't quite get there, on an item duct. Let's go ahead and put that in right now before I block that off. Yeah, here we got a dozen regular item ducts. I don't like using the opaque ones anymore. I guess. Hello. Oh yeah, I was going to mention, I think in this pack, in Magic Farm and in the Blood and Bones pack, it's configured so that things grow more slowly if they don't have sunlight. So I probably should be putting these outside at some point. Ender lilies are a plant that will always grow very, very, very slowly. But I think we're exaggerating the problem by having them here. Now I am going to need to wrench that. Yeah, we'll see. I may have to dig through the wall here to get to this a little bit better. Okay, so Crescent Hammer should do the trick here, right? Am I on the right mod? Yes. Oh, I forgot to grab a fluid duct because we're going to need one more fluid duct to put back there. And it has to be this type, which is just fine. I was just playing Horizons and I set up a a wireless access to the AE system. And that's pretty cool. Honestly, not super needed in this base, just because everything's pretty close and it's not a really huge base. But if you've got a larger base, there is a wireless access terminal. So you got to make an access point and put this on your ME network, and then you make the access terminal, and this you carry with you, and you also have to charge it up. You see it's 0 of 200k, so you have to charge it up, and you can do that well, various ways, but with thermal expansion you can charge it up with something called an Energetic Infuser, because you know it infuses energy. Okay, so let's put the Tesseract back down. I was just wondering if it's going to start like quickly running out of lava. No. This one is running, so it is using some lava, but honestly, I think the pipes carry some. I have no idea how to categorize that, but I think the pipes actually hold some lava in them. Oh, and there's a drum up there, but I think that's an output into the drum. At any rate, Tesseract, bam, cool. So he's got access to energy, he's got access to lava, or outputting lava, and on the back he's got access to a way to output items, and we're going to have to do a little bit of that. And it probably needs a pneumatic servo, which is fine. So I don't think it's going to just auto eject. I think you're going to need either a servo or just a lever. And there is a spot right here. I could just throw a lever, I guess. Did I get myself stuck? Yes. Derp. Oh well. Okay, so yeah, I've done the servos a bunch. I'll just show this. If you just have a piece of cobble and a stick, you can throw a lever on here and put it next to that guy, hit that redstone signal, and there we go. You can see I can't quite hit it from there. Alright, so dark, and hit it again, and bright. So this is now configured to output any items that come into here. Of course, there's no valid inventory yet, so it won't actually work yet, but that's fine. So for this Tesseract, we're going to want it to be able to, let's go with fluids. It's going to receive fluids from the nether. That's fine. It's going to receive items from the Ender Quarry, so we'll leave that as receive. But we want it to send energy out to the Ender Quarry. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be able to configure the other one to receive up energy, and I will have to craft another one, but that's pretty routine at this point, I guess. Let's cover that up just a little bit. Okay, yeah, that looks much better. Okay, so we still got it outputting our lava. We've got it now. It can, well, it's receiving lava and putting it into the pipes. Here it can get energy out of the pipes and send it. See, that's the send and receive thing. It's always backwards. It's receiving energy here, but then sending it there, and I don't know. At any rate, and we still got room. We can just continue down this row and keep adding magmatic dynamos as we see fit. These hardened energy conduits are limited to 400. Or do I not have one? Oh, that's right. Actually, those were the last three I put up there. They're limited to 400 RF per tick, but I think that's fine. So that means that, I mean, these three do 80, so that's not 400 yet. We need a couple more. But this guy is a redstone, and he can output 2,000. But of course, he's limited because he's only going to be able to do 400 through here. And I think 400 is probably just fine for getting this quarry going. Okay, so that's good on this end. Well, it's almost good on this end. Now I need to dig down a bit and actually I'll hold on to these. Get all the different things in the right places again here. Yeah, and let's go down here and start making a little bit of a sub-basement, or at least getting started on it. And we'll bring the items right down here. I want to be at least one below this surface, probably two. Well, yeah, at least one, so I can have a solid floor. But then I need enough room for my head and some pipes, so yeah, we're going to need to be at least 3 through here. Alright, so let me get out my big hammer, and I will make a mess of this room down here, and kick back in once I'm a little further along in the sub-basement area. And basically what I want to do is, when we get all these items in, I'm not going to want to send them directly into the AE system. I'm going to want to pulverize them and cook them up and maybe package them or something like that. So yeah, let me get a few machines put together, and I'll probably do the other Tesseract offline because we've already done a couple of those. Yeah, it's been a while. Maybe I'll do that one on camera. We'll see. But crafting isn't the hard part with NEI. Crafting is pretty easy. It's the getting it all put together and working is the interesting part, I think. So at any rate, let me do a little bit of off-camera work here, and I will be back in a bit to get going a little further here, and hopefully we'll get this set up so we can get that Ender Quarry going. Back in a few. Alright folks, and we're back. And I've done a bit of digging downstairs, and as I was doing that I realized I put the Tesseract on the input side, so the engines would be feeding it directly, but it's not getting any power from the energy cell. So that's probably not a great idea. So I looked around a bit and figured out, I think, you can take this and put it where this engine is. And then I'll just move that engine over. Of course the engine's going to fall. Get out of the stupid thing there. Alright, so if I put the Tesseract here, it can, and change that to output to the bottom, it'll be able to receive energy from the energy cell, and it'll be able to pump lava in from, or pump lava out to the, let's see, bottom needs to be orange, there we go. Be able to pump lava out into the system like it's supposed to, and then we'll take the items straight down here instead of back here in the wall. And of course the AE system's up and running, so it's already sucking a little bit of power. Well, it's always pulling some power down. But since I just unplugged the one engine that was actually turned on, it's pulling our energy cell down. But here we go, we'll get that back up. Got this guy now running full 80 RF per tick. And let's get all of this out of here. Let's see, I need to get this and this. And probably one piece of dirt. Oh yes, right. Okay. Well, excuse me. Hey, lever. Hey, lever. What you up to? Alright, well, no. Shift right click. Alright, down, down. And around this way. Yeah, so here's the new sub-basement. Got a little bit of room. I started running into stuff, so over here's the pearls with the sand and the water, so I didn't want to hit those. And over here is the aqueous accumulator and the bottom of the Thaumcraft stuff, so I can't go in that direction too much. But I thought maybe I'd make a little infinite water source right here, right next to the aqueous accumulator, so that should work out. Okay, now what we want to do is actually bring it down this way. Something like this. Yeah. And let's see. Let's fill that in so stuff can't spawn in there. And let's see here. What are we doing? Item ducts, item ducts, item ducts. No, not that height. It's one down. Please. I want to be able to put a brick back on here. Right there. And then up. Like so. Now, I don't need that going in there. Oh. Shoot, I was thinking... Well, I can always move this up if I need to. When I move this, I never hooked lava back up. So it's just... Did I? Oh, lava's on the back. Never mind. Alright, so we don't need that going in there. This needs to be an output. And again, I think it needs to be powered. And since it's out here in the middle, let's get a pneumatic servo instead of doing the lever thing. A little bit cleaner. Like so. And activate. Alright, of course it's got nothing to pull out right now, but you know, hey, there we go. Do we have any covers? We could cover that up, that'd be cool. Or hollow covers, that is. Alright, we'll make one real quick. Let's see, is the saw in here? Yes. Oh, the iron saw's in there. I think I may have had another one. Anyway, so you've seen this before, but if you take a saw, you cut these in half, cut them in half again, cut them in half again, then you get covers. And then once you've got covers, you can put them around like this with a hole in the middle, and you get hollow covers. Yay! And those will work with micro parts like these pipes, such that you can have a nice little cover there and just have a hole through it, and it looks nice. So cool, huh? Right, so this now, let me just double check. It is able to send energy out to the quarry. It's able to receive fluid and receive items. That looks perfect. This is outputting to the bottom. That looks great. And our excuse me, a little something in my throat this morning. And our engine, or dynamo, excuse me again. I need to move those outside. Our dynamo is hooked up and running, and all is good there. Again, fill those in so that you don't have zombies spawning in your walls. If it's too high, you can have stuff spawn. I don't know, but I don't even think, like the baby zombies that are only one high, I don't think they'll spawn in a 1x1. I think they still need a 2 tall place to spawn, but not quite sure on that one. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do is, I know I'm trying to get the Ender Quarry set up, but I need somewhere for all the items to go. So I got a bunch of setup to do down here. And rather than going up and down, and I did put the elevators in. Oh, and something changed because I don't have to hold shift anymore. I can just go up and down normally now. Remember the ascent boost previously gave me some trouble, and I had to kind of like hold shift and then hit space to get it to go, but that seems to be working really nicely now, so that's great. But yeah, I don't want to have to be going up and down, running back and forth to the elevator in order to craft up some stuff, and I'm going to forget, oh, I need some covers, or I need some item ducts, or whatever. So I said this earlier this episode, yeah, I think so. I just set this up in my Horizons world, and this worked out really nicely, I thought. So let's go ahead and make a wireless access point and a wireless terminal, so I'll be able to do stuff while I'm downstairs and not have to pop back and forth all the time. So clicking through NEI, we're going to need a few different things here. Let's see how much of that we have. I don't have any of those Fluix crystals. So those take an Certus quartz plus nether quartz and redstone, so that's easy enough to make. Probably going to need 4 for this, and maybe another 4 for something else. I mean for the receiver, and let's go like maybe 1 more set of them. I don't know exactly how many things I have, but okay, so now we should have all the things to make that. Yep, Fluix Pearl. And that, hopefully we can make a wireless receiver easily enough. Yep. And then that with some glass, iron, and a piece of ME cable. And shift click, please. It gives us the wireless access point. Now this guy, maybe I'll move it later, but for the moment I'll just drop it right there. So he connects to the AE system. Oops. AAE system, and uses a bit of power. So where is he? Here he is. Wireless access point, and we're now using 3.6 instead of 3.4, so we got to turn this up a couple more. So he uses a little bit of power, and you can upgrade him. So by default his range is 32 blocks in all directions, so you can want it kind of centered in your area, but you can upgrade him with these boosters, and each booster gives you 2 extra blocks, and you can do 16 boosters, so you can upgrade it for another 32, giving you a total of 64 blocks. Okay, so we're going to need an energy cell from Applied Energistics, and it does take some more of these Fluix crystals. Let's do that. And an access terminal, which takes a conversion matrix, which takes a bunch of stuff. Let me just see. No matrix in there. I think I usually build those one at a time. Oh, and we just ran out of something. Okay, hopefully we've got all these. No, we're out of cables now. So let's make a few. Oh, and now we're out of. That's what we ran out of. We're out of fluix dust, which takes nether quartz dust, which I probably don't have pulverized. Oh yeah, I do. How much of that do I have? 8. Okay, just use it all up. I think that's the only thing nether quartz dust is used for. So, okay, so we should have the fluix dust now, which means we can make the ME cables. Let's make, I don't know, 9 of those. And that should mean we can make the terminal. And that should mean we can make the oh well, now I gotta make another one of these. It's pretty fast crafting though with NEI and AE though, isn't it? It's pretty nice. Okay, that should be all the components. Let's make an wireless access terminal. Hooray! Okay, so how do you use this guy? Well, you take him and you see it says it's unlinked and it's got no energy. Alright, so first part is we go to the controller, we drop it in here, and now it says it's linked. But, of course, it has no energy, so if you right-click it, it says, sorry, no power. So there's a few different ways, I'm sure, to power this, but from thermal expansion, there is an Energetic Infuser, which is, you know, some typical thermal expansion type stuff. I'm going to have to make a redstone block. Well, I don't have a ton of redstone, do I? I don't know. This quarry will be good, I guess. We'll get some extra redstone out there. Alright, so there's that. Machine frame I might have? Come on. No, no frames. Alright. One machine frame, and then we've got coils and copper. Ah! Oh my gosh. I just hit E and clicked at the same time or something, and I just made 50. Okay, I just made all of our gold and glass and iron into machine frames. Well, that's not good. I don't have any iron blocks, do I? No. Alright, well here's some ore. Dang it. Why are you clogged up over here? You can't pulverize something? What's your problem, guy? Input from the top, output to the right, you got power. Are you disabled? Oh, I inverted that, and that turns off the hopper. Alright. Well, I want to put these in here right now anyway, but yeah, so I had inverted this so when Wayla says the lever's on, the system's on, but that turns the hopper off. So let's do it the other way. And we'll do that. So that'll let the hopper run again. Man, I can't believe I just did that. Well, there's a lesson, so be careful when you're crafting in your AE system. That shift key can cause you some big problems. Boy, I don't think there's any way out of that. I can't like throw these in the smeltery and break them down or anything, but oh well, that's just resources. Cry. Okay, Energetic Infuser. I was trying to look for coils, so I tried to go in here. Oh, I right-clicked. I tried to go in here and right-click up here because, again, a right-click will clear whatever you've typed. So I tried to right-click there, and I ended up right-clicking here somehow. I'm not sure what happened there. At any rate, coils. Hey, look, 2 of each. I think that'll be good. Transmission, reception, and let's get our NEI back. Reception, transmission. We got lots of machine frames and some copper. Oh boy. Oh boy. 54 machine frames. What am I going to do with 54 machine frames? Okay, well, this guy is going to take a lot of power, actually. So I'm going to, for the moment, and I won't be able to open that chest, but for the moment I'm going to put him on the wall right there. And you can see he's rapidly filling up, but that's 400,000, so that's the same amount as the hardened energy cell. And you can see it's, well, redstone's pretty huge, so Yeah. He can take actually up to 10,000 power, so this guy will output 2,000, and if we drop in our access terminal, which can hold a whopping 200,000, you can see it's going to charge up nice and quickly here for us. There we go. Alright, so now I can go down to the basement, and again the default range is 16 blocks, so it may not reach like way in the corner here. Oh, it does. Cool, so we're within the 16 block radius, and we can just use this guy to get access to the system anywhere we want. Now you can't craft from here, but of course you can always just make a crafting table down here. Right, okay, so we've got the items down here. We've got the Tesseract all set up. I kind of think I'm just going to throw down a, well, let's see, where are we at? Yeah, let me do a couple things off camera and I'll be back. See if we can get the quarry started in this episode, or if I'm going to have to wait for next, because I did a bit of crafting and a bit of getting this area ready. Oh, and by the way, silverfish down here everywhere. A few infernal silverfish, but at this point that's not that big a deal. Just took a couple of whacks with the super thaumium sword, Thaumcraft sword, and we're all set. Alright, so let me get a couple more things set up here. I'm not going to do all the crafting on camera, I guess. But setting up the quarry isn't going to do us any good unless we've got somewhere for all the items to go and get processed. So keep working on that. And probably going to end up in next episode. We'll actually set the quarry up and kick it off. So let me put together a few more blocks and try to get some processing set up downstairs, and then when I get a little further I'll break back in, show you all the setup and stuff I'm going to try to do here, and then we'll see you then. Be back in a few. Alright folks, and we're back. That does look like just about an episode, but I wanted to try to squeeze a couple more things in here real quickly. I have thrown some glowstone dust in the magma crucible, and it has become energized glowstone over here. And I made some redstone energy conduits. Nope. I made some item ducts, or we had some item ducts, and if you infuse item ducts with glowstone, they become impulse item ducts, and they move things more quickly, and they look really cool, and I thought, hey, let's use some of these. So it looks like it's about 1-to-1. It takes 200 for each of these, and each glowstone, I guess, gives you 250, which is sort of weird, but oh, well, now we've got less than... Alright, so I thought these were supposed to give 100. Whoops, not there. I thought these were supposed to give 100, but they seem to give 250, so this should go to 550? Yeah. Alright, let me do this. Let's do 2 more of these, and then I'm going to grab a bucket. No, actually, right. Pipette. Yeah, there we go. We need one of these things. Never used one before, but I think we can use this to get extra liquid out. Let's try this. So when you don't have a full bucket of stuff, actually I do want a bucket too, don't I? So I was just going to grab actually an actual bucket of it because it's kind of fun stuff. I've seen it on Let's Plays. You notice it's upside down? It's because energized glowstone acts like a liquid, but it's actually lighter than air. Or, yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, lighter than air, so it floats. So you can actually put it on the ceiling, and it works like a liquid, but it works upside down. So you can actually use it for lighting, I think, but I thought I'd just grab a bucket of that out for fun. Alright, now let's see if I can do... because there's 50 left. I could break it and replace it. Maybe I'll have to do that. I'm not sure how you get just a little bit out. I mean, I could pump it out into a tank or something. How about a jar? Not a jar. I don't have any glass jars. Yes, I do. What are they? Oh, bottles. Sorry. How much does a bottle hold? Can I just throw a bottle in here and get that out? No. Alright, so I don't know a simple way to get all that, get that little bit out of there. So let's just, well, I think if I do this, it will retain the liquid, maybe? Which we don't want, but I'm just looking. Nope, okay. So it doesn't retain the power or the liquid, but it does retain the settings. No, it doesn't. I thought it was supposed to. Well, maybe it did. Yeah, because the input from the left, I think I had a default. Okay, so there's that. The other part is I did make some redstone energy conduits, and I'm not sure how many of these we need. Well, we can look. Let's see. Usage is 200 millibuckets per, and these give, I think, I put 8 in and we got 8, so 100 each. Yeah, so we need 2 of these per redstone conduit, which means I'll need a little more redstone. But basically these are going to fill up, give us the redstone energy conduits, which will do 10,000 RF per tick, which is, you know, awesome and all that. So I'm going to need 8 more redstone to finish that off. Let's get that in there. And I'll just let that finish up here. I actually just wanted one of these. Okay, so I want to do those on camera because I haven't done much of that. I need it into this chest, so I moved the Energetic Infuser over one, and if I just throw an energy conduit there, that should work. But I wanted to use the redstone conduit because, again, this guy can do 10,000 RF per tick, and so can the redstone energy conduit. Now this guy only does 2,000 RF per tick, but it's still a far sight better than the 400 that the hardened ones can do, so that's pretty good. And I guess while I'm here I can just top this guy off. There you go. Yeah, alright, so I'm kind of laying out, I think I'm just going to run an ME cable straight down. I looked at, can I, you know, run it through a wall or something, and I don't see any decent little ways to do that. Oh, hey, look, our first 2 ender lilies are done. So it says 100%, or it says mature on Wayla, but you can also tell when they've got the little light blue all around on the outside, little thorn looking things. So I'll harvest those up in a bit later. Anyway, I could make a little column or something to hide this, but just trying to lay it out for now. So look at what we got down here. Good stuff. I wanted to get these guys and get, yeah, actually I do want the hardened ones. Get these item ducts and get the redstone one done for upstairs there. But basically what I've got on the left is a bunch of cyclic assemblers, which I've got a plan for. And on the right we've got pulverizers, which are set to input from the bottom, output to the top, and then furnaces on top of those, which are set to input from the bottom, output to the top. So that's going to take all of the ores, and we're going to just do like so. And we're going to bring all the ores into here. They're going to get pulverized up, get furnace up, and then we're going to go up here probably to a chest or something, or an ME interface, one of those, and we'll do that. Okay, so let's see if I can get this from here. No, come on. There we go. Alright, so we want the items to come down like so, and I just broke a thing. Oh, am I one short? Are you serious? I'm one short. Alright, well, let me steal one of these for the moment. Get up here, come on. Alright, and yeah, we are definitely at the end of an episode time, but let me just plug this in. Okay, so now I got power I stole from back there where the farm and all that is, coming in here. Goes around the back for the cyclic assemblers, goes around here. Too high for these guys. So we got power, we've got items coming from the Tesseract, and I may want to put like an interim chest in between or something. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll think about that, but there will be some stuff that I don't have handled yet. So I definitely need this diamond chest hooked up here. So anything that won't fit in here and isn't whitelisted for these guys will end up in the diamond chest right now. But we might want to pull off some other stuff before we get that far. I'm not sure. I could push that back one, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. At any rate, I think that's going to be about it for this episode. Let me do a little more work off camera trying to get the processing and storage area set up here. And then, of course, we're going to want to import it up into the AE system. And, of course, that's going to mean we're going to need to upgrade all the drives and stuff on the AE system because I don't have nearly enough storage room up there for what a quarry is going to feed us. But that's the basic setup, and we'll get this completed somewhat off camera and somewhat next time, and then we'll actually set up that Ender Quarry and start pulling in all the goodies. And maybe I can replace that iron I wasted on 54 machine frames. So, oh yeah, machine frames. Real quick, machine. Here's the funny part. If you look at what they're used for, they're used for 25 pages of stuff, and there's 2 per page. So there's 50 different things we can make out of machine frames. And I made 54 of them. And I used some for all this stuff, right? So maybe it wasn't a waste. Maybe I can make 50 different machines and multiple copies and use up all 54 machine frames. What do you think? Maybe? We'll see. All right, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you back next time. Leave me a comment or a like if you're enjoying this, and just let me know. And we'll see you next time around. Thanks for watching.